Welcome back to Mango Plays Mass Effect, and we are on a planet. I forget which planet we're on, but yeah, it's been a little while, but I'm very excited to get back to this. What happened? No. I want to... How do I mark? Oh, right. So if you left-click, you open the journal. Okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I want to go to the debris, then we're going to go to the anomaly, and then I'm going to bash my head against this distress signal, because, yeah. Okay, can I climb these mountains? I don't know. Let's find out. We'll take the buggy for a spin. This is so beautiful, by the way. Like, absolutely gorgeous. Can we do this? Can we make it? Oh, no! Gravity! Oh, it's a cruel and heartless bitch. Okay, let's try going round then. Can't go over, go round, as they say. So yeah, I'm incredibly excited to continue playing. It's been a little while. I've been constantly thinking of this game, which is, you know, good news in the sense of how much I'm enjoying it. So yeah, there's that, which we want to stay away from for the moment. I'd love to just like roleplay it and go to the distress signal even first, but there's a couple of reasons why I'm like, meh, maybe not. First is I don't know how to get off the planet, like how do you get a pickup? And I'm thinking it's probably by completing the distress signal. That kind of makes sense to me. And then secondly, I'd rather complete these other bits first, you know, get prepared for the mess. Okay, I think I've made it over the hills. Yes. Okay, cool. Away we go. Are we gonna get this debris? Where is it? I can't see it. I can see it on the minimap, but not like in real life. Oh, there's a red line there on the minimap. Does that mean that like that's the end of our explorable territory? Probably. Right, here we go. Crash probe. How do I interact with it? There we go. No. If I press space, I jump. Space normally allows me to... I have a right click? Haha! Okay, so the right click's got like a little bit of a display delay. Let me have a look at the options. So yeah, use is spacebar. Can I throw grenades whilst I'm in the thing? Guess we'll find out. Toggle quit slot. Okay. F mouse. Toggle aim. Control. Okay. Repair. Jump jets. I can leave? Oh! Okay. You. There we go. Oh my word. Electronic skill too low. No! No, 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 no. Electronics. Where is electronics? Do I have anyone with electronics? Oh. Can I minus stuff from you? Undo. No, I can't. Ah! Okay, so we've got to get level up to be able to use this. Okay, get into vehicle. Right, and then have a look at the map. So there's something else over this way, which is cool. Okay, so we can get out. I don't know if it's worth getting out to... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm going the right way. It just looks weird on the minimap. Anyway, let's find out what this thing is. Let's have a look at the map. No idea. So it's not on the main map, it's just on this mini-map. Oh, there it is. Lithium deposit. Right, be stationary. There we go. And we can survey it. Survey mineral. Oh my word, okay. Cool. You successfully surveyed a deposit of lithium. Area map. So What's this do? Can I talk to you?
Just lead the way.
Cool.
You lead, I'll follow.
Alright. But what am I doing with this lithium? No idea. I guess maybe I shoot it? You know, sometimes that's the answer to everything. Let's put guns away. Alright. Wrong thing. I keep pressing E to interact. So let's have a look at the map then. So, survey lithium deposit. And we want to set destination for the anomaly. Can I turn round? No, apparently not. Yeah, so we will eventually work out how to turn around. There we go. Yeah, let's go to check out this anomaly. Oh, this is so cool. Like, I know we can't fiddle with the beacon because my electronics is too low, but like now I'm getting an understanding of the fact I need electronics to get cool shit when we're on planets. I wonder if that, like, would it go into my journal? I just pressed J to get here. Geth interest, Geth attack. Missing marines. Okay. Oh, hello. Valuable minerals. To maintain its fleets and continue to expand, the Alliance must find new resources wherever it can. We've recently surveyed an important deposit and claimed it for the Alliance. There must be more like them in the Traverse. So we got light metal. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, cool. And apparently we surveyed a gas. I think I did that in the last episode when I was surveying planets. So that's, again, cool. Alright, so we're helping the Alliance by doing that. I'm down for helping the Alliance. Anyway, are we close yet? Kind of. I really do like how barren this is. Because it's such a small zone, this feels cool. And I'm hopeful that other planets won't be as barren, you know? Because otherwise, that'll be a bit boring. Ah, right, yes, Q. Hey, come on. Mummified Solarian, that is an anomaly. Recover artifact, yeah? Okay, right, so this whole decrypting thing is like a big thing that I'm going to hate. Damn it. I did it. ID tag recovered. You found Captain Milon's identification tag. How it ended up here is impossible to know for sure. So he's not the person we're looking at? Okay, so we got a journal and an area update. So let's have a look at the map first. Destination. Okay, so clear destination? Mummified Solarian. And then, how do I can return to Normandy from here? Oh, okay, this is so cool. Alright, locate signs of battle. So that's the new one we just got. Found a Solarian artifact. Keep looking for more. So it was the Solarian ID tag. We got League medallions as well. Boss items. Am I supposed to look for more here? Or just out and about? Will you tell me?
I'm here if you need me.
I do. I need you, Garrus. Greatly. Okay. So, I am going to save. No, I probably should have saved closer to... No. In with the space button. Should have got to save closer to our new location. Actually, let me just... Before I leave and whatnot, let's just check this out. I definitely can't interact with it. It's very cool, though. In it! Okay. Anyway, let's mark the distress signal. So, I think, like, if I do... Yeah, I can open the journal when I'm hovering over things. So... I don't know what that went to be really honest. We'll learn. I will learn eventually, yes? Okay, let's go. So now I have a better understanding of how my... Oh yeah, no. Oh, we got a shift. Right, control. Okay. That's only really useful when you can stay stationary, right? What we're about to go attempt to do, I say we, but realistically you were watching me probably fail at this. I've got to keep moving because of the splash damage, right? The acid attack. I really like the way the buggy just like interprets the terrain. It's really fun. Okay. Hey. So we can leave. Hopefully the distress signal like stays, as in what I'm worried about is if I fail this and go, okay, clearly I need to get upgraded stuff. Right, here we go. Let's right click immediately and move. Right. Move! Damn it. Okay. Shift. Shift. Okay, yeah, I am repairing. Ah, crap. Right, I right-clicked at it. What we got? It's going over there. Let's right-click at it. I don't know if I did any damage with that. Damn it. Damn it. Ah! Repair. Can I repair? I don't think I can. Oh, there we go. Repairing. Did it get fully healed up? Whilst I was... No. Brilliant. Okay. This is possible. With, you know, better gameplay. Ah! Damn it. Right, come on. Okay, can I repair? I think I can't. Nope, whoops. Go. Damn it. Repair. Okay. I'm using so much Omni Gel. I hate it. Okay. He's going over that way. Let's avoid that, please. And that, please. Ouch. Repair. Can I repair, please? I think I can't whilst that's things going. Right, now I can hit repair. Yeah, there we go. Repairing. Ooh. So I think that 58 down in the bottom left is how much I can't speed. There we go. That's how much, damn it. Ah! That's how much repair gel I have left. Is that the correct understanding at this point? Come on! Surely it was dead. Damn it! Okay, this is... Oh, no, this is possible. Right, I got so much closer. Distress signal. Okay, here we go. So, can I... Can't. Ah! Press R. Okay, let's go. It's tentacles. Oh, look at all the red dots. Right, where am I going? Not sure I like this. Okay, let's shoot at a tentacle, I guess. It's behind me. It's behind me. I can hear it. There it is. Right, let's move. Not sure I like this view. Yeah, I definitely don't like this view. Press R. There we go. Right. Yeah, whilst I get a better aim at it, it makes me feel nauseous being in that view. And I feel like I'm missing, like, I can't swing camera well enough for it. But hey, I did do some damage, so... Right, over this way. Come on. That's it. Do a little booster. Ah! You grumpy? Where am I going? It's straight into it, apparently. Right, come on. Let's move. Ooh. Right. Ouch. Right, repair. Repair, please. Thank you. Right. I feel like I'm doing okay. It's not great. I don't know if I'd do better against this out of the vehicle. I'm sure not. I want to... Right, there we go. Ah, damn it. Right. I can't repair for a while because of that red line thing. So we'll just wait until I can repair. Go, repair. Thank you. Damn it. Okay, it's going this way. Can I not do this, please? Okay. Need to avoid damage. Oh my word. I did it! Right? Okay. Come on, guys. What's going on? Medical kit. Ooh. Okay, open that. We got some Medi-gel. Let's see.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Same as us. Okay, so we got a codex entry and a journal entry. So let's look at the codex first. So we got some primary stuff.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes.
I'm pretty sure we've heard this one before, so it's Thresher Maws.
Thresher Maws are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry.
Oof.
As a result, thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a thresher never entirely leaves the ground. Only the head and tentacles erupt from the earth to attack. In addition to physical attacks, threshers have the ability to project toxic chemicals and emit bursts of infrasound as a shockwave weapon. The Alliance first encountered threshers on the colony of Akuz in 2177. After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons.
Right, so I'm pretty sure, because I remember saying, I thought the Thresher was what we, as Shepard, thought on Akuz. And that's just confirmation there, which is cool.
The Citadel is an ancient.
We've done that one, so Citadel space.
Citadel space is an unofficial term referring to any region of space controlled by a species that acknowledges the authority of the Citadel Council. At first glance, it appears this territory encompasses most of the galaxy. In reality, however, less than 1% of the stars have been explored. Even Mass Effect FTL drive is slow relative to the volume of the galaxy. Empty space and systems without suitable drive discharge sites are barriers to exploration. Only the mass relays allow ships to jump hundreds of light years in an instant, the key to expanding across an otherwise impassable galaxy. Whenever a new relay is activated, the destination system is rapidly developed. From that hub, FTL drive is used to expand to nearby star clusters. The result is a number of densely developed clusters, thinly spread across the vast expanse of space, connected by the mass relay network.
Makes a lot of sense, for sure.
Pharos is a habitable world in the Attican Beta cluster.
We heard this one?
2/3 of the habitable surface is covered with the ruins of a crumbling Prothean megatropolis. In the millennia since the Prothean extinction, the ruins have been repeatedly picked
We
over
have,
by
yes.
looters. There are between 2 and 400 billion stars in the galaxy, and less than 1% of them have ever been visited or had their systems properly surveyed. Humanity's early expansion into the Attican Traverse was haphazard, a desperate race to claim habitable planets where populations can be economically settled. Ignored in the wake of this land grab were thousands of less hospitable worlds, each potentially rich with industrial resources. The wealth of entire solar systems lies untapped, waiting for corporate survey teams or independent pioneers to discover and exploit them. However, this is not an easy task. In addition to the environmental hazards, the fact that uncharted worlds are largely ignored makes them popular bases for criminals, revolutionaries, cults, and others who wish to remain unnoticed by galactic society.
This is cool. Okay, planets and ships.
The Normandy is a prototype starship developed by the Human Systems Alliance with the assistance of the Citadel Council. It is optimized for scouting and reconnaissance missions in unstable regions using state-of-the-art stealth technology. For most ships, the heat generated through standard operations is easily detectable against the absolute zero background of space.
Oh.
The Normandy, however, is able to temporarily sink this heat within the hull. Combined with refrigeration of the exterior hull, the ship can travel undetected for hours or drift passively for days of covert observation. This is not without risk. The stored heat must eventually be radiated, or it will build to levels capable of cooking the crew alive. Another component of the stealth system is the Normandy's revolutionary Tantalus drive, a Mass Effect core twice the standard size. The Tantalus drive generates mass concentrations that the Normandy falls into, allowing it to move without the use of heat-emitting thrusters.
Very cool that they've explained the stealth technology. Ah, love it. Okay, we got another journal entry. So valuable minerals we've looked at. Keep searching more elements and minerals as you travel. Survey any you find. Missing marines? No, that's what we picked up. I haven't looked at it yet because
These men were under Admiral Kahoku's command. We'd want to know what happened here.
Oh, it is this one. Oh, okay, let's read it then. So the missing marines. So find the recon team, even go to the Sparta system in the Artemis Tower cluster and look for the recon team. Land on Edalus in the Sparta system of the Artemis Tower cluster and investigate the source of the distress call. You found the dead bodies of men who served under Admiral Kahoku. Return to the Citadel Tower and inform the Admiral of the fate, which is cool because I've got a note which says talk to the guy in council chambers from editing the last episode. So what I noticed was we spoke with the captain and we asked them about somebody or something, and the Admiral said you should go talk to Admiral Kahoku. And I didn't. Tickle. So, let me just, I for inventory? Yes, there we go. I can add chemical rounds? Sure. There we go. Got nothing for that. Back. And then Garrus, you are mostly using your sniper, and you are mostly using your pistol. You both have upgrades, so technically I could reduce to Omnigel the other stuff, right? Probably, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Let's double check that they have their thing. Yes, they do. That kept between saves. Cool. Right, put your weapons away, guys. Let's go. I'm assuming I get in here to go back. Not journal, probably map. Yeah, there we go. Return to Normandy. Yes. I'm very excited about this because I want to talk to all the people in Normandy. We didn't do it in the last episode because I wanted to get onto a planet, right? But no, we've got like all of our crew to get to know and explore the place properly. So we talked with Joker. Let's talk with Navigator Presley now.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Doubt my decisions? Oh, brilliant. So, someone in the comments, thank you very much, did confirm the fact that the top one is normally sort of like Paragon, and the bottom one is normally Renegade options. So, and then the middle options are neutral, so we can sort of go with them. But I'm going to ask the questions before we decide what we're saying. But you probably already get, no, we're not splitting humans versus the rest of the universe. It's stupid. You get more power, more things done if you come together. Let's go, aliens on the ship.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
so I can fire
It's
you.
not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
It's not just our problem. Never turn away help. I'm gonna go with the top one because it's this is hard because I believe both of these like equally. But you should never turn away help. Realistically, there are times, you know, when if it's something that you want to complete yourself. I do get that, but realistically, it's not just our problem. So never turn away help. I don't know. Let's go with the top one.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Okay, personal
How
questions.
did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
Now you're here.
How did you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Alright, goodbye then.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Interesting stuff, because we've heard about the Skillian Blitz before. So that was part of the First Contact War, if I remember correctly. We got some codex entry. So let's have a little bit of a read, shall we? Let's go with Humanity and Systems Alliance. So I think we haven't read this one. Humanity has encountered many galactic species. Wars have been few, but mistrust is rife. We've seen that quite heavily with all the humans. Well, not all, but a lot of the humans we've interacted with so far. Politically, the Alliance is a peaceful trade partner of the Turians. As a practical matter, however, there is a simmering antagonism and bigotry between both populations over the First Contact War, 2157. Now, forgive me, we'll come back. Turians are... Yes, these guys. The ones I really quite like. So I liked that first Spectre that was a Turian that unfortunately was killed by Saren. Saren, obviously, I'm not a fan of, but I've liked pretty much every other Turian I've encountered, so that's cool. Where was I? This one. So, the Alliance enjoys good relations with the Isari, which is the race that is... they keep reminding me of Farscape Plant lady. I've forgotten her name. But an all-female race is the Isari. Though many privately believe the matriarchs are aristocratic. I can't say this. Aristocratic and overcautious. Huh? Well, this is like class, right? Okay, fair enough. So they believe matriarchs are overcautious. But matriarchs, I think it's been we've found out that the Isari live for like hundreds of years. So maybe there's a reason, because they got all of this knowledge. Like, humans know better than to unconditionally trust any Solarian. Makes me wonder about that quest I picked up so hard about scanning the bug race that looks after the Citadel. Because like so many things I've read or has been told to me in the Codex now is never trust a Solarian. So oh well, I have no knowledge of this universe at the time that I picked that up. Anyway, their shared reckless ways make them natural allies against the conservative Turians and Isari. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, humans are curious race, and they've kind of told us, and maybe quick to action. So, siding with the Solarian at times where it would benefit us is basically what they're saying here. The Krogan have no unified government. individuals are generally treated as potential criminals, a reputation most Krogan enjoy living down to. Let's go back. I forget which one. They're a non-council. Yeah, okay, so Rex. I thought it was Rex, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, okay. I guess that makes a lot of sense of what we know of the Krogan so far. The Alliance has no formal contact with the Quarians. We do now. We have one on crew. Their migrant fleet has not yet passed through any human-settled system. The Batarians are rivals for control of the Skylian Verge. Batarians? They severed their treaty with the Citadel to prosecute colonial conflict against the Alliance. Officially, there is no war, but neither is there any peace. That should be capitalized. I'm pretty sure I know which race that is. Yeah, these guys. So, okay, that gave us sort of like a quick thingy. Let's read this one. So we're going to complete the humanity bit. As the human race expands its territory and raises the general standard of living, demand for industrial resources continues to grow. Many planets, moons, and asteroids contain a wealth of resources, but many systems have barely been charted, let alone thoroughly surveyed. Unmanned probes are one solution, but they are often lost to space hazards, unforeseen circumstances, or theft by salvagers. In recent ages, the Alliance Geological Service has offered bounties to private individuals or teams willing to perform mineralogical surveys on the frontier. This survey data is made publicly available to further corroborate development. Due to the cost of travel and the dangers operating on hostile worlds, it is rarely a profitable endeavor. We'll totally do this. I like this. Like metals with low atomic weight are often used in the construction of spacecraft and vehicles. Heavy metals with higher atomic weights are used to construct equipment components. The platinum group elements are particularly useful. Rare earths, most useful materials in this category, are radioactives or magnets. Yes, magnets are amazing. Various gases are required to support all known forms of sapient life. Some are commonly used as fuel, like hydrogen, I guess. Okay, as I said, I am going to totally read all of the codex. A lot of you have told me how much you're enjoying the fact that I'm a lore hound, so I'm not going to stop it. But I am going to make sure that I do it in sort of bite-sized chunks so it can hopefully be absorbed in my brain. Rather than like just a dump. We didn't get any points from completing that quest, unfortunately. Or completing that portion of the quest. Okay, right, you don't want to talk? Cool. Can I get through the door, please? Let's find more people to talk to on our ship. I can't believe I'm a captain! I love it. Okay, so this is our quarters now, right? If I remember correctly from like episode 1, this is the captain's quarters. Personnel manual. Yes, let's read up on these people. Oh, what? Okay, fair enough. Codex. That was a secondary thing? Oh, humanities. That's a new one. Military ranks. Here we go. The Alliance used a modified version of the ranking system that has been used for hundreds of years. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you. AJ told me what an acronym was, and I've forgotten it already. Let me go look. Okay, so I wondered what FNG stood for. Apparently, according to AJ's search engine, FNG stands for fucking new guy. It's derogatory and was coined in the US military during the Vietnam War. So, you know, noob, etc. Which I very cool. As I said, like, those acronyms, it's not in my daily vocabulary. Like, it's not what I hear around me, mainly I think being British. So, as I said, it wasn't until I was very much an adult that I heard foobar enough to say to somebody, what does this mean? Which, if you don't know, is fucked up. Foobar. So, fucked up beyond all recognition, I think, is what the R stands for. But, yeah, so basically, it's just messed up if you say something's foobarred. Anyway, enough of me tangenting. The Alliance uses a modified version of the ranking system that's been used for hundreds of years. Soldiers are classified into rank and file enlisted personnel, experienced non-commissioned officers, NCOs, and specially trained officers. So we a specially trained officer? Maybe. The divide between naval personnel and ground forces, Marines, is small. Ground units are a specialized branch of the fleet, just as fighter squadrons are. This unity of command is imposed by the futility of fighting without control of orbit. Without the Navy, any army is pointless. The Marines, as a matter of pride, maintain some of their traditional rank titles. For example, Marines have privates and corporals instead of servicemen. In sending order of responsibility, the ranks of the Alliance are enlisted, so servicemen 3rd class, private 2nd class, servicemen 2nd class, private 1st class. So I think these are equal. So servicemen is the army, from what I understand. So on the ground? So is the Navy... Is space the sea? Is that what I'm understanding? I guess it would make sense. Ship, I don't know. Although... am I supposed to call... Like, is it boats, ships, and ships, boats? There's a whole confusion. I know that I don't know enough about it to distinguish, should I say. Anyway, serviceman 1st class, corporal. I think we were corporal, right? NCOs, which are non-commissioned officers, service chief, gunnery chief, operations chief. That's a surprise to me. The gunnery chief is not a commissioned officer? They're looking after guns, right? Or am I just making an assumption about the word gunnery? Anyway, officers, 2nd lieutenant, 1st lieutenant, staff lieutenant, lieutenant commander, staff commander, captain major, rear admiral, general, admiral, fleet admiral. Okay, so we are, at this point in time, I mean, are we a captain? Because we're a Spectre, so we even have a ranking? But I guess we are technically at this level, right? Yes, let's continue finding people and things. Anything else in our thing? Can I sleep? Oh, no, I can stand on the bed. Oh, shouldn't do that. Can't interact with that. I thought I was going to read people's data. Okay, Caden's there. Ooh, Shepard's locker. Take off. I can reduce it to Omnigel later. There was another codex entry. Oh my word. Personal history? No. Humanity again. The Alliance Military Vocational Code System classifies the career path of all serving personnel. The MVC consists of 1 letter and 1 number. Soldier's MVC indicates proficiency, not rank. The letter notes career path. The number indicates level of experience, is indicated by service record, technical scores and commendation. All 26 letters are used, and numbers run from 1 to 7. N is the letter code for Special Forces personnel. So we're in N7. So we're at the top. We must be at the top then. So 1 is you've just started in that rank, and 7 is you're basically at the top of that. I'm assuming. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go to the end over here and we'll work our way back. Okay, nothing here. How boring. What are these? Are these like sleep pods? Yeah, sleeper pod. We got level up! Aha! So no, that was the wrong button. Sorry guys. We got a codex entry as well. Probably went into ships and vehicles. Let's read this one. There is a lot here. Wow. Cabins give each individual 10 cubic meters of space. Larger vessels, private rooms are common. As ships get smaller, the number of crew packed into a single wardroom increases. Sari prefers shared spaces, even on large vessels, while Krogan territorial instincts make it impossible for them to cohabitate, even on the smallest ships. On smaller vessels, hot bunking is the norm. Crew members assigned to different watches share the same bunk. When one gets off duty, he wakes up the person in the bunk, and that crewman is on duty the first gets his rack time. Kind of cool, like in the sense that you get a very specific alarm clock. Spacecraft components can be isolated by airtight doors in case of decompression. Okay. The cinematic vision of explosive decompression is fiction. Hold compartments either take enough damage that occupants are killed instantly, or leak slowly enough that they are able to reach protective gear. Okay, cool. Compartments are equipped with emergency life support apparatus, fireproof plastic bubbles with air bottles, small when stowed. ELSA comfortably accommodate one individual inflated. Okay. Damage control procedure cuts off ventilation to burning compartments. Without oxygen to consume, fires die in seconds. Compartment is repressurized afterwards for crew recovery. Mass effect fields create an artificial gravity, AGRAV, aim below the decks, preventing muscle atrophy and bone loss in 0G. Large vessels arrange their decks perpendicular to their thrust axis. The highest decks are at the bow and the lowest at the engines. This allows AGRAV to work with the inertial effects of thrust. Ships that can land arrange their decks laterally, so the crew can move about while the vessel is on ground. Warships normally turn off their AGRAV systems during combat, reducing the heat generated by systems and increasing combat endurance. To provide a point of reference for navigating in 0G, floors are painted a different colour from the walls and ceiling. Let's have a look. I mean, technically they're a different colour, but barely. Oh, it would have been cool if, like, that was what was going on here. Anyway, let's talk to Kaidan.
Anything you need, Commander?
Looking for personnel input. Tactical appraisal. Let's do the top one.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
But I want to know. Why is he so quiet?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Okay.
Just
I'm
trying to
assuming
get a
he's
sense of
going
where
to
the crew's
dismiss
at.
me again.
Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
That's a shame. Because I'd like to get to know Kaidan, like, on the ship, considering I'm not taking them with me. Okay, they won't talk to me. Let's go into the med bay. Yeah. Give me my med gel. Thank you. Anything to look at? What we got in here? Still nothing. How sad and boring. Hello.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Oh.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
Oh, yeah, so we know about that then. It's a shame it doesn't get removed.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me.
Oh,
Too
so
safe,
we've done
too
this
secure.
dialogue with the
I
Doctor
figured
before.
the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Very much in darkness there, weren't we? Yeah, no, I think I had that conversation with them whilst we weren't in charge, actually. Right, so where does this go? Let's find out. Is there any dialogue? Any news reports? No? Oh, I'm sad. I really enjoyed that. Ah. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's go to the back of the ship then. First. Ooh, we've seen this in cutscenes. I'm so pleased that I can go to it. Oh. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, 0 core. Let's do that. Codex. Are you gonna do me a solid? Yes, it's in the primary. I can have a drink.
When subjected to an electrical current, the rare material dubbed Element Zero, or EZO, emits a dark energy field that raises or lowers the mass of all objects within it. This mass effect is used in countless ways, from generating artificial gravity to manufacturing high-strength construction materials. It is most prominently used to enable faster-than-light space travel. EZO is generated when solid matter, such as a planet, is affected by the energy of a star going supernova. The material is common in the asteroid debris that orbits neutron stars and pulsars. These are dangerous places to mine, requiring extensive use of robotics, telepresence, and shielding to survive the incredible radiation from the dead star. Only a few major corporations can afford the setup costs required to work these primary sources. Humanity discovered refined element zero at the Prothean Research Station on Mars, allowing them to create mass effect fields and develop FTL travel.
Very cool. I like it. I love all this lore we're getting. Rather than just, okay, okay. I will do this later when we actually have a squad, because then I can try and remember to do electronics, right? Anyway, let's talk to Engineer Adams. We haven't talked to them yet.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Okay, why is that a problem?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What?
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
She's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Okay, let's start from top to bottom, yeah?
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation, too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
So that's very interesting. So yeah, it's stealth on radar, basically. Cool.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Oh, as an engineer, this must be like dream come true.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Oh, it's a frigate. I love that. Okay, Normandy.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Where else have you served?
Oh, right. There's only one question. Oops. I want to make sure that I've exhausted all the dialogue. I know that basically Engineer Adams is here to give a sort of like voiced description of how the Normandy works. But I still wanted to know. Oh, we got a codex entry. Dear. A second. No, primary one. Cool.
Faster-than-light drives use element zero cores to reduce the mass of the ship, allowing higher rates
done
of
this one, right?
This effectively raises the speed of light within the mass effect field, allowing high-speed travel with negligible relativistic time dilation effects. Starships still require conventional thrusters, chemical rockets, commercial fusion torch, economy ion engine, or military anti-proton drive, in addition to the FTL drive core. With only a core, a ship has no motive power. The amount of EZO and power required for a drive increases exponentially to the mass being moved and the degree it is being lightened. Very massive ships or very high speeds are prohibitively expensive. If the field collapses while the ship is moving at faster than light speed, the effects are catastrophic. The ship is snapped back to sublight velocity, the enormous excess energy shed in the form of lethal Cherenkov radiation.
Oof. Yeah, I don't think we actually have heard that one before.
Larger warships are generally classified in one of 4 weights. Frigates are small, fast ships used for scouting and screening of larger vessels. Frigates often operate in wolf-pack flotillas. Cruisers are middleweight combatants, faster than dreadnoughts and more heavily armed than frigates. Cruisers are the standard patrol unit and often lead frigate flotillas. Dreadnoughts are kilometer-long capital ships mounting heavy, long-range firepower. They are only deployed for the most vital missions. Carriers are dreadnought-sized vessels that also carry large numbers of fighters. Smaller vessels are almost exclusively used in a support role to the warships during combat. Fighters are one-man craft used to perform close-range attacks on enemy ships. Interceptors are one-man craft optimized for destroying opposing fighters.
Cool. Love it. Okay, let's talk to Tali.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
This ship's special.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Whoa.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work, mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
So cool. Love it. Alright, tell me about the Quarians.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Yeah, like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Very interesting. This, forgive me if I get the wrong, if I named the wrong show, but hopefully I've got it right. I think it's the 100. The whole is, they're basically, it's the human race. We had to leave Earth, and we're all up on small ships like satellites, and it's limited. The birth rate is limited to one person, and it's actually punishable by death to actually not, keep your birth rate to 1 per family. So yeah, that's very interesting. It's mentioned here because I was just like, I know this story. I've heard it before. I think this was before the 100 though.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
Makes a lot of sense. Not having everything weigh on yourself, and honestly, you can't be an expert in everything, so having other people who are experts in things that you know nothing about is definitely the way you should go.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives, but in theory we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Interesting. Yeah, tell me about the Geth.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force.
Unsurprisingly.
Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Isn't AI research illegal?
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
That's very interesting, because I would have thought the Geth would have been the reason AI was banned. So it's not, by the sounds of this, because like Tali would have just said, well, you know, it wasn't illegal back then, because it's like 300 years ago. And we do know from reading or being told, I can't remember who, I know from the Codex anyway, so I can't remember if I read it or it was read to me. The Geth, one-on-one, they're dumb, but you add more and more of them, they become smarter. So this is the neural network that we're being told about.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So wouldn't the quickest way to actually solve the problem of the Geth be, in essence, a dampener of some form? A communication dampener? Because they must be using some form of technology to communicate with nearby Geth. So if you can stop that, like block Wi-Fi, block mobile signals, you know, whatever it is, right? Now they're all dumb, and you can take them out easily. Isn't that the solution?
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
So I'm assuming that basically means, I mean, I know that robots don't breathe, but I'm understanding here is basically for us, like breathing, repairing cells, etc., etc. There's like quite a high amount of stuff that we don't consciously do, but our brain's always doing. What I think Tali's explaining is all of those things that like a Geth would be doing individually, they all, when in a group, they basically share that process, and so they all do, like they all breathe at the same time type thing if they were breathing. And it's handled maybe by like one of the Geths in that group, but that means all the other ones have this additional resource of functional processing power, and as such they're now able to coordinate better or do more advanced things, I think.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I get why. I'm gonna ask the question. Like, I would panic.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
They defending themselves, it was your fault. What did you expect? I'm gonna go with they defending themselves. I really want to ask this question, but I also want to say this. I really love and hate the fact that there is so many like times when like there's two or more choices and I want to pick them both, like all of them.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Why don't they just settle down on a new planet? Or planets? Like, there's loads of them, is what we've learned. So, yeah. We've asked about the Geth. Let's ask about the pilgrimage.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I just had a thought about what Tali was saying about the Geth. The fact that the Geth didn't pursue them It's very interesting. It was only defense. What they're doing now is not necessarily just defense, but yeah.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
I can.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Goodbye. That was awkward. Oh, dear. Okay. This is such a cool area of the ship. Love it. Alright, so there's a green thing over here, which I think means a shop, right? Alliance Acquisition Officer.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products.
Oh, fuck off.
I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay, so... Have I not got a license? No. Okay, bye. Oh dear. Shotgun, heavy armor, human. I'd like a way to compare against what I have. Like that would be great. I can afford a pistol apparently. But yeah, I don't know if it's any better than what I've got, so grenade upgrade. Oh yeah, I forgot to try grenades when I was on in this thing. Garrus, hello.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
Well, if you kill him, it matters.
Wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
It's a tough decision. You'll get over it. Forget about it. Tough decision.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
That depends.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
Love it.
I wasn't trying to... I understand, Commander.
Oh, I didn't mean to piss them off. Sorry. Oh. Okay, so we can talk to, like, everyone. We can equip stuff here. For different people. Right. Cool. Right, that makes a lot of sense. Hello, Ashley.
Commander?
Can we talk? How are we doing?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
That we'd save your unit. Yeah, we tried to get here sooner. Stop dwelling.
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
They've got a lot in common, these two.
If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Don't blame yourself.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
I really like her response there. Like, I've been on both sides of this before, where, like, I feel bad about something and someone who is trying their best to help me, and, you know, they say something and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. But they're like neon signs that I should have seen them coming. And, you know, and then the other side of it, when I'm trying to make someone feel better, and they sort of basically go, yeah, but it was dark and they have flashlights for heads. How did I miss seeing them? And you're like, yeah, not much I could say on that one. You shouldn't blame yourself, though, because you were with other people who didn't see it. You know, but it's just funny. The way she said it was brilliant. Let's say, can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay, goodbye.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
So they're a chief. So that means they're an NCO, I think. So we talked to them, we talked to Garrus, talked to Ashley. Okay, so just Rex now.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story.
Okay.
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come on. Just a short one. Don't be an ass. Let me know.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It isn't the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth?
Oh, it's even worse.
And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
At the end of the day, whilst the Krogan are still alive, they are an extinct race because of this genetic mutation that the Turians did, because they can't propagate properly. I thought the way it was, what I read, my interpretation of what I read or was told to me, it was that the females of the species couldn't get pregnant. But what Rex just said, it's implied that they do get pregnant, they carry it to full term, and then the child doesn't survive birth or very shortly after birth. That is horrific. Like, that's torture. Horrific. And yeah, basically, we were able to fight against the Turians, right?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Touchy subject. I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Oh.
The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
Yes.
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Oh, so they're not breeding, even.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
You're the first Krogan I've seen.
You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
That's weird. Facing your own extinction, you can't adjust your own behaviors a little bit. That seems very strange. I get it. I do understand, but seems odd. And also, it's very odd. The Council haven't said, you know, can we stop this extinction level event?
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Okay, right, we talked to everyone here. Let's go out the back this way before we use the elevator. Hang on. No, I did that. Whoops. Sorry, getting distracted. Oh, okay, let's use the elevator then. It's a very awkward camera. Oh dear. It's like they don't want me to look at Shepard's face. It's rude, I tell you. Right, okay, not sure. Okay, so this is the top deck then. I think I've spoken to everyone in the Normandy now. Let's just check along here. Yeah, it's just the Joker. Or Joker left, should I say. See if they got anything new to say.
Commander, something you need?
Nope.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Very awkward. Hang on, what was that? Alright, I think it was just the UI showing me that there was something I could talk to. So, we got an X on the galaxy map. Let's have a look at the remaining planets in this system before we head to the Citadel. Because I do want to go back to the Citadel, talk to that Admiral Kahoko. So, we could try and land on the Exodus. Yeah, let's try this. Because I should be able to give points to Garrus for electronics, right? Yes, let's take Garrus and Tali. They're my favorites so far. I'm curious, like, what person we got left. Because we don't have a Solarian and we don't have an Asari. Right? So, that seems weird to me. Okay, let's, get our squad up. So, Garrus. Electronics? Yes, please. It's gonna be advanced overload. Okay, right, let's just, yes, thank you. And Tali, give you more in pistols. Shotguns unlocked. Oh, okay. So we could unlock first aid. Maybe through basic armor. Your boost, unlock first aid. Yeah, that is very cool. And then us. Let's see, what do I want to do? I want some more charm, please. Say it doubles your store discount. Oh. And then let's go for Spectre training as well. Lovely. As you can see, I'm prioritizing. Oh, my thing wasn't repaired whilst I was away even. I'm definitely prioritizing. Let's go to the. Oops. Definitely prioritizing talking options in my upgrades over combat. I may regret that, but I think I will use my squad to do the fighting. You know? Delegate. Here we are. Oops. Nope. 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 Mango. You don't need to press shift to run. Right. Can we do this? Damn it. Oh. No. Does it give me a hint in the squad? Gareth. So... No. Not really. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's go. Let's return to Normandy. Yep. I'm not sure I'm gonna remember that satellite, which is the sad thing. That's why I was like, you know, I wanted to do it. So I'm pretty sure I've scanned this one and this one. And this one. I think this one was the last one to scan, right? Click it. Altea is an unusually large terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere and methane and ammonia. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of sandstone and other sedimentary rocks, deposits of iron chlorides. Judging by the sedimentary composition of the crust, it appears that Altea once possessed an atmosphere thick enough to support some form of liquid. What cataclysm stripped the atmosphere and left the planet to freeze is not currently known. Orbital period 18.1 Earth years. Wow, it's a long time. Get round the this sun that's here. Is there anything else? As I said, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's where we're currently at. That's pretty cool. Pretty sure that is the gas giant that we scanned. Yeah, okay. So, just double check these areas because I sort of did the scanning in the last episode, so brain won't remember. Yeah, okay, cool. So this particular system wasn't the right place to come for the quest. Oh well. Let's zoom out. So I'm pretty sure Artemis Tower is the right place. We'll come back to Artemis Tower. Will it show... I don't know how, like, Sparta. I did Sparta, okay. I want to return to the Citadel. Yes. So we can talk to this admiral. And we will spend, I think, more time in the next episode away from the Citadel. I like the fact we're able to come back. This is so cool. And we get the landing sequence. Ah, oh, I like that. I've only got one more, I forgot what they're called, but thing to scan. So, hopefully at some point I will find it. Right, here we go. So, we can leave through this way? Really? Seems like... Oh, okay, there's like doors here. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Let's go. And I get to pick. Cool. Accept squad.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Oh.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Ooh. Okay, so our second in command is Navigator Presley. That is cool to learn. Okay, so we are going...
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
Nice. So yeah, the Arachni are the little ratty type creatures that, yeah, were basically wiping everyone out. Here we go. Rapid transit. So we want to go to a Poseidon location. And the tower. Yeah. We've arrived at the Citadel Tower. Right by matey boy. So that means he's over here. Cool. The Admiral. Rear Admiral.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Commander, any word on my missing men?
I've got bad news. I'm sorry. Let's say I'm sorry.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a thresher maw.
A thresher maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
It wasn't their fault. It was a trap they were set up. It wasn't their fault.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the thresher nest.
Did we destroy the beacon?
I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Tell me about Baines. Can I help? Can I help?
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
No, don't dismiss me. I need to ask you about Baines. Where'd he go? No! I want him to be polite. Anyway, we got journal entry. I'm assuming... Yeah. Damn it. Can I find him on the map? No. Very much would love a way to change maps when you're like in places like the Citadel. Okay. Well, as far as I'm aware, the only thing I've got left to do here is the scanning, which I'm not going to worry about right now. So, let's go to CSEC and let's leave. Let's find a new system.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
Interesting. Yeah, well, we haven't yet taken the full corrective action against Aaron, but you know, we'll work on it. Us doing other fun things. Let me in, Normandy.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Okay.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
That's fun. I like that. Okay, let's go to our map, which is like the most annoying thing to get to. So, let's do this. It was over this way. Oh no, I've got to escape once more. Where was it? I want to go to the Voyager cluster. Artemis Tau. Bosshead Nebula. There it is. Yeah, Artemis Tau. Okay, we did Sparta, so I remembered it, but it hasn't like marked it off or changed its color, which is a real shame. Let's try the bottom two first. So Macedon? Yes, please. Here we go. It's so epic. Love it. I get why so many people have a very fond feeling for the imagery of the Normandy now. I'm like, I think, what, 3% through the game, it feels like? It feels so
Message for you,
in-depth.
Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher Maw. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus.
Oh, the three-headed dog.
Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier.
We're not going to react to that.
But I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you.
Did you tell me about Baines?
This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
Baines! No! I'm so mad. Oh, no, don't lock Law out from me. Oh. Okay, let's have a look at my journal. Cerberus. Admiral Kahoku has given you the coordinates to a research facility run by the Cerberus Group. You need to investigate the planet Binthu to find out why Cerberus is unleashing alien monstrosities in the Attican Traverse. Okay. Yangtze system in the Voyager cluster. I said I wanted to go into the Voyager cluster. And then find the freighter in the Ferrinta system of the Hades Gamma cluster. Make your way to the biotics on board. Okay. I wanted to know about Baines. Alright, let's start over here. Porolon? Interesting. So we've had Hades, Charon, now Cerberus. Porolon is an enormous terrestrial planet. Okay, Matriarch's ratings recovered. We were scanning the planet from Porolon when a strange signal came from orbit. Navigator apparently determined the signal was from an ancient beacon. The salvage team brought the beacon aboard and found one of the Matriarch's Dillinger's writings in its storage compartment. Can I go find this? Porolon is an enormous terrestrial planet, half again the size of Earth. Despite its thick atmosphere, the weak output of the red dwarf Macedon leaves itself as biting cold. The crust is mainly composed of silica, with significant deposits of iron and other industry metals are present. These lodes may prove rich enough to be profitably mined despite the heavy gravity. Okay. Can I get to this thing? Journal. Right. The writings belong to the Matriarch Dillinger. It looks like there are many other writings we found scattered across the galaxy. I can't read them? I'm so sad. Oh, oh, Law keeps hiding from me. So we looked at that one. Let's look at this one. Oh, we can land on this one. Warning, level 1 pressure hazard. Sargila has a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Its temperate surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of sulfur. Convoys in the system have recently logged a number of unregistered vessels operating nearby. Sargila has an extensive silicon-based oxygen-breathing ecology. Heavily populated areas are covered with fine silicon dioxide dust, the respiratory byproduct of the world's higher animal forms. High-speed surface winds, often laden with abrasive silica dust, present a hazard. In areas where the wind deposits are a great deal of silica, footing can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. Oh. Let's go land. Okay, take our boys. Let's go. Yeah. So, EVAs. So I shouldn't get out of my buggy? Is that what I understand? It looks so cool. Level 1 hazard. So if I get out, seems fine.
You lead, I'll follow.
Just lead the way.
Okay. I mean, I'll assume that it can be dangerous. So let's have a look at the map. So we got debris, stronghold, and anomaly. Cool. Whoops. Let's mark up the debris, and away we go. See if we can find some stuff to scan. So yeah, it seems very windy here as well, and very rocky. Different sort of like colouring, I guess, to the last place we went to. I'm curious as to what, like, are we going to find some tree, plant-based, cool alien plant-based planets soon? There we go. It's there. Probably won't have enough electronics. What did you say? You said got it. Oh, begin manual bypass. Oh my word, this is awful. Okay. Damn it. Damn it. Nope. Oh my word, I'm not going to do this. No! No, I'm panicking now. Yeah, I'm not going to do this in time. Damn it. Oh, can I do it again? Okay, this is cool. This is cool. Right. Here. This is where I'm going to go in. Yes! Okay. Okay, cool. We got an area map update. I'm assuming... Yeah, it was just marked as completed. Yeah. Mako escape pod. So we know what it is now. That's a stronghold. Alright, well let's go. I mean, it makes sense to do it this way round, but I'm honestly a little bit terrified to go to a stronghold. But hey, let's find out what it is. Now, we did read or get told that basically these planets, while sort of unexplored and cool, might have really cool minerals and whatnot, they potentially have criminals on. And I think this stronghold is going to have criminals. Yeah, look, red dots. Can we sneak up? Like, what's going to be best? To get out of our ship? I'm going to save here. I don't know how to quick save. It probably told me at one point and it's gone through my brain. No? Oop. Pirate sniper. Okay. Die. Are these like ranks? I feel like they are. Hello. Cool. You're down. There's like 2 other people. How are we doing? We're doing alright. Alright. Someone over here. We done? We are. Fun. We go loot their bodies? Or have they melted? I think they've melted. Oh, look at the underneath level 1 hazard. It's like sort of climbing this bar. Quick, let's get inside. Oh, there's more people. Right. Are you ready, guys? Not sure I am. What have I got? I've got my pistol. Okay. Cool. What is that? Yes. Pirates. Can I throw a grenade? Apparently so. No. Press the right button. Ah! Pirate. Okay, that's not a hiding spot. Okay. Ouch, 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 ouch. Let's heal. Right. 1 Medi-gel and some money, apparently. Right. Yeah, these all look like Rexes and stuff. Krogans. Right? Oh, is that Gaff as well? Right, there's a pirate there. And one there, but let's get this pirate first. Stop getting in my way, guys! Okay. How are we doing? Oh, upgrade kit. Yeah. What happened behind me just then? I saw it's something invisible. Radioactive rounds. Okay. Where? Asari Slaver? Right, Asari down. Cool. We done?
All clear.
Wicked. Yeah, I need to learn, like, how to use, like, 3 and 2. Like, what are these? I think they were using these things automatically, so that's cool. Unity allows you to immediately restore your squad members to fighting state after they've been knocked out in combat. Okay. I need to learn how to play the game. Right, okay, let's go looting from these awful pirates and slavers. There was a fuel tank there. I could have probably shot that. That would have been cool. Okay. Right. Something over this way. I'm going to explore this room first before we continue with the doors that I need to unlock. Okay. Ooh. Oh. I wonder what's going to be here. Hopefully something cool. This is like the upper thing. Fusion containment cell. As in, like, I could have exploded this. Probably. Okay, there's a door over here. Do this one. We still got that one down there, underneath. To use as well. Oh, that was loud. Okay. Malfunctioning object. Take all. Hardened storage locker. Decryption. Skill too low. Aww. Hardened wall safe. Description still low. Too low. You discover evidence that the Sari leading these slavers and Nasari Dantius are an important ambassador on the Citadel are sisters. Return to the Presidium and confront Sana with this. Cool. Love it. Oh, so oh, how long ago was this game made? Like the original game. Obviously it's been like uplifted with the Legendary Edition. Like it's been given a remaster, so it's been given some spit and polish, but the story and all of these things would have been in the original. And I'm just blown away. Alright, let me in. Where we got? More goods. Okay, medical station. Easy decryption, apparently. Cool. I'm just... this. Yeah, it was easy. Light armor. We should check that, because that might be cool. Crate, open. Banshee. Okay. Wow, you get a lot of rewards for doing this. This is so cool. I've said that a lot this episode, but it really is. Like, I'm so pleased. Okay. So, let me have a look in... oh. Okay. Take all. Okay, I'm gonna just, you know, see what we got. So... that's better for us. That's not. Let's equip that. Cool. Got any mods? Ooh. First aid interface. Microprocessors wired in the combat suit can monitor vital functions. Need small localized doses of Medigel to accelerate the healing process. I like the sounds of that. Yeah. Cool. So the Phoenix 2 can be converted into thingy. Same with this one. So I can't use it with the other guys, right? Yes, I'm pretty sure. So then we've got something for the Quarian. It has a reduction in damage protection, but look at that increase on everything else. So let's give them that and see if we can give them a mod. Installing microgravimetric emitters into a combat suit artificially increases mass, providing protection against concussive force delivered by explosions. High impact ammo and biotic attacks, such as lift and throw. Here we go. Damage unit. Let's go with armor plating. Oh, shock absorbers looks good. Let's go with armor plating. And then I will Omni Gel this. Your armor looks cool now. Look at it. And unfortunately, we got nothing for you, Garrus, yet. We do have stuff like that. You can have a shock absorber. There we go. Okay, right. And I'm only going to worry about your sniper. So we got a new sniper for you? No. So what about Carly? You are pistol user, so we got a new one. I mean, this edge is better. Legitimately. So can I unequip that? Okay. No. So if I give them the edge, yes, that's what I like to see. Much better pistol for you. I'm using pistols as well, so let's see. Is there a better pistol for me? No. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to quickly see, because I quite like the sniper, so is there any here for me? No, okay, I'm going to Omnigel stuff, and we'll continue. Alright, okay, so I think, yeah, we're going to head on out, get in our buggy, the maker. What is that? I swear it's like someone invisible following us, and I wouldn't put it... Alright, yeah. I wouldn't put it past the Spectres to have this, right? Let's get in. Yeah, the hazard sort of like creeping up like that is honestly kind of scary. Okay, let's have a look here. So we're going to go to the anomaly. And, yeah, I'm loving doing this. This is fun. Okay. This is weird because this gameplay feels very similar to Starfield. And if you watched my Starfield playthrough, I was so disappointed with that game. I really didn't have fun. I think the main reason is the immersion is higher for me on this game because of how they do the camera angles when you're talking to people and you're conversing. I think that's sort of like, for me, a huge part of it. Being able to see other characters sort of like in it and how they're reacting. Also, you know, you can sometimes see Shepard when someone else is talking. You can see like how Shepard's reacting to it all. It has, like, in my opinion, like this really cool. Okay, gotta wait until we stop moving.
Heading to position.
Cool thing, feeling, should I say? And yeah, I don't know. I find this far more far more entertaining. You successfully surveyed a large deposit of thorium, so that's a rare element, and we've marked it as Alliance property. Brilliant. Let's get in the vehicle and head over to the anomaly. I like the fact that the Mako has been fully repaired by the looks of it. Because I was like, do I have to repair it with Omnigel? Or will it get repaired, like, eventually? Just by being, in our ship. Okay, open. Light armor and a sniper rifle. Yeah, I'd love, like, the ability to compare against, like, what's equipped. So I can see whether or not it's worth reducing to Omnigel immediately. Okay, recover artifact. Oh, ban it, Mango, but yeah. Matriarch's writings recovered. It's not clear who lived here, but it appears to have been abandoned for some time. The container in the tent held, among other things, one of the Matriarch's Dillinger's writings. I don't know who the Matriarch Dillinger is. Feels slightly weird to me because I'm not sure. Okay, like, seriously, guys, we gotta get in the truck. Hurry up, hurry up. Get to the Mako. Look at that hazard bar just fucking raring up. Whew. So yeah, is that it from the anomaly? Feels like it is. Let's return to the Normandy. Yes. I guess also I'm probably a lot more favourable to Mass Effect because of how old the game is. Which I don't know. Hang on a sec. Let me go look it up. Okay. I don't want to click on the link because I don't want spoilers. But from the sort of blurb that's given by my search engine, DuckDuckGo, Mass Effect is a series of video games, and this is coming from Wikipedia, novels, comics, and an animated film set in a distant future galaxy. The first game was released in 2007. So, maths. We're 2025, 18 years ago. So this game's 18 years old, whereas Starfield's 2 years old now? I can't remember. So, that also plays a big part in it. Like this, like thinking about me playing this 18 years ago, it would have blown my mind. It's blowing my mind now. I'm very much enjoying it. But right, we've landed already, so let's zoom out. Yeah. Because I was sort of thinking about this the other day, like how similar they feel. But how, like, Mass Effect is everything I was expecting out of Starfield. And I was actually expecting more from Starfield. But, like, the lower end of the scale, I was expecting my experience in Mass Effect so far from Starfield. Does that make sense? And this was a game that was released 18 years ago. So, in my opinion, now I haven't played the latest updates. I know there have been updates to Starfield. But on day release, ignoring the day one bugs and all of that stuff that comes with a Bethesda game, Starfield didn't even touch the surface of this game. And so that, for me, it was such a letdown. Because, you know, it's a game that's been 10 years in the making, all of this. So yeah, because my brain was sort of going, you know, why are you so complimentary of this versus the other one? And I think that's probably it. Let me know down in the comments if you have other theories as to why maybe I'm enjoying Mass Effect so much more when they are very similar genres, at the bare minimum. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about another game anymore. Let's continue talking about Mass Effect. Patavik is the second of the Macedon system's giant terrestrial planets, by far the more interesting. Most of the surface is covered by a vast sea of liquid ammonia, which a unique aquatic ammonia-based biosphere has developed. While the frozen continents are largely bereft of life, a rich bounty of complex organisms, many larger than a human, flourish in the chilly, toxic seas. While dreadfully inhospitable to humans, Patavik is suitable for colonization by the Volvers. Negotiations between the Systems Alliance and Volvers patrons, the Turian hierarchy, have made good progress. Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool, them having this area. Let's have a look at this one. Vargules is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with an abundance of airborne hydrocarbons. Let's survey it. We've detected xenon. So we've got progress on 2 things in this system alone. Okay, I feel like we've done Macedon, we've done Sparta. Let's do Athens. Yeah, fun. Okay, so there's quite a few planets here. Right, let's start with Tharos. Pharos? I can't pronounce anything. Distant Pharos has seen only a cursory examination by an unmanned probe. It has a trace atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of carbon. Deeper craters have been partially filled by ice, suggesting there may be a significant amount of water locked up beneath its frozen surface. A large ice-bright crater in the southern hemisphere makes the planet visible from the inner system, leading to the planet's name. Hang on, a large ice-bright crater in the southern hemisphere makes the planet visible from the inner system, leading to the planet's name. I'm missing what this means. So, yeah. Turian insignia covered scans of the planet Pharos revealed an abandoned base on its moon. The recon team found nothing of interest, but much of the debris was marked with the Magna Colony insignia. Okay, cool. Let's sort of like go round the edge, if that makes sense. Didn't mean to make anyone feel nauseous. Nausicaa. Okay. Traces of sodium in the atmosphere give Nausicaa its overall dark grey colour, but it's an otherwise atypical hydrogen-helium gas giant. Abundance of water vapour in the upper atmosphere account for its white clouds. 14 Earth hours long. Okay, and Circe. Circe is a modestly sized hydrogen-helium gas giant which chases sulfur and chlorine. These give it its striking yellow-green tint. As the development of the Proteus colony continues, Circe will likely be developed for helium-3 mining. So there is a Proteus colony in this area then. While scanning this gas giant, you detected a large concentration of helium-3. Okay. So that's Proteus then. So let's look at Salamis first. Because we now know Proteus is a colony. The geological properties of Salamis have been scanned from orbit, but little else is known about it due to its thick carbon dioxide atmosphere and proximity to the energetic star Athens. The equatorial daytime temperatures have been known to turn the surface molten. Crust is composed of iron with deposits of platinum group metals. Surface gravity 1.3 G. Okay. Let's have a look at this then. Proteus. Like the Hanar homeworld, Proteus has more than 90% oceanic cover. The incredible heat thrown off from Athens raises global humidity to 100%, creates constant cloud cover, and powers colossal typhoons that rage across the surface year-round. Oh, that doesn't sound like fun, but the Hanar might like it then. Hot, humid, and storm-racked, Proteus' rare combination of oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere, and carbon-based biosphere nevertheless recommended it for colonization. The pilot program is studying the possibility of colonies below the ocean surface, safe from the worst effects of the weather. Colony founded 2179, which is pretty recent, if I remember correctly. Population 12,470. Capital is Ithaca. Okay. It seems like we've colonized Proteus, and we've got a large amount of free oxygen. Cool. So nothing here, I think, is what I just learned. So Athens has been done. Noxus, yes. Okay, let's again start from the outer edge. Arcanes. Small hydrogen helium gas giant. Cool. Arcanes has been developed as a full-featured, if modest, stopover for ships hauling refined materials from Therium, in addition to a powerful magnetic field to dump drive charge. Arcanes has a largely automated infrastructure of helium-3 refining and deuterium mining. There's coffee in that nebula. On its many water ice moons. Cool. Survey. Scans of this gas giant has detected a large concentration of nitrogen. Nice. We're getting lots of gas for our surveying. Zakros. Zakros is a terrestrial world with a nitrogen-methane atmosphere containing trace amounts of hydrocarbons. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of water ice and hydrocarbon slush. Most of the surface is not solid enough to support the full weight of a landed ship. If approach is necessary, use shuttles or keep the ship's mass effect envelope up. Very cool. Minus 71 Celsius even? That is cold. Okay, Therium. Let's go for this one because it's further out. Armeni. Armeni is a terrestrial world. I love the colour of this. With an unusually thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. I don't know what krypton is. Its surface is composed of silica with deposits of carbonaceous materials. The initial flyby probe of Armeni detected multiple areas at the equator with oddly regular surface protrusions. So potentially a city or buildings. Closer investigation revealed that these are millions of elaborate crypts a few meters below the surface, left by a long extinct spacefaring species called the Zeoph? Many human universities wish to perform archaeological excavations. Council law holds grave sites as sacrosanct, however, and the matter has been tied up in court for a decade. Very interesting. I get why humans would want to do archaeological excavations, but I also get the whole keeping a gravesite as sacrosanct. You know, don't mess with something until you know what you're messing with realistically, but then you're in sort of like a catch-22, because how do you know what you're messing with until you investigate it? You know? Anyway. Theseus is a small terrestrial with a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. Surface is scorching hot, mainly composed of sulfur and various silicates. There is little of interest on this desolate world. 551 Celsius. Woof. Yeah, that is scorching hot. Okay, are you the Goldilocks planet? It is indeed. Therium is a distant but rich industrial world claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. Its plentiful heavy metals have fueled the recent manufacturing boom on Earth. Core samples rich with the fossils of simple silicon-based organisms indicate Therium was habitable in the past more habitable in the past than it is at present. Perhaps this explains the many Prothean ruins dotting the surface. This is what we're looking for, most of which have been looted by mining corporations. Of course it has. Colony founded 2161, 7 even, population 34,000. Capital is Nova, Yekaterinburg. 6.4 Earth years is the orbital period. Interesting. Alright, let's land. Taking the normal crew. Yeah, let's go. Love these little cutscenes. Okay, where are we? So, map first.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay, map first. Oh, look at this! This is so fun. Why can I not drag it? It's like a yellow thing over here. Drag map. Zoom out. Zoom in. Zoom out. Okay, I'm fully zoomed out then. So it's a refinery. That's all we've got. Okay. I hate to do it because I'm having fun. I want to continue. I just looked at the clock of my recording. I've been recording for over 2 hours, so I really should call it here. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please do leave me a like. It really does help out the channel. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're enjoying, what you're not enjoying. All of that good stuff down in those comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. All of that amazing stuff you guys do. And of course, a huge and very special thank you to my wonderful Patreons whose names are scrolling across the screen as I speak. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.